Welcome to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. I'm Lisa Pride, and game one here of this double trip between the Matadors and the Lions is just underway. We had a few technical difficulties, and the game actually is starting early. 11 a.m. start, first pitch, 10:55 here. We'll bring you up to speed in just one moment as we see the first batter for the Matadors take the free pass and head to first base. I am just putting in the lineup, so I'll see it just as you hear it. Well, I'll see it together, basically. So for the Matadors, that's Cooper. Cooper is at first base with the walk. At the plate right now, number 17, Rubino. Rubino will step on in. On the hill for Hialeah Gardens, the Gardens are the Lions, is Kalina, Santiago Kalina. First pitch, that'll miss. So Kalina is on the hill. He has a fastball, curveball, and changeup. Very young pitcher coming in just out of high school. Here comes the next pitch. That's hit hard down the line, but that'll go foul to the left side and bring Cooper back to first base. Klein is receiving. He's the catcher for the Lions here today. Coleman's at first, Yakovit at second. Negron at short, McKee at third. From left to right in the outfield, it's Valdez, Clement, and Wims. So Kalina on the hill. For the Hialeah Gardens Lions, the lefty delivers to the righty, breaking ball, strike. That's one of his curveballs that came so nicely inside right at the letters. So Cooper is at first for the Matadors. Then it's Rubino who's batting second. He's at the plate right now. The third baseman. Then it's the designated hitter. Number 5, Hyatt. Swing. Easy jobber for McKee to take. Throw to first will be in time, but that'll advance Cooper to second base. So Rubino does his job with the ground out, advancing Cooper to second, putting him in scoring position with just one out. That'll bring up Hyatt, the designated hitter, for the Matadors. After Hyatt, it'll be Sanchez. He'll play in center field for the Palm Beach Gardens Matadors. Then it's Stensrud. Stensrud will bat fifth for the Matadors. Cancel will bat after Stensrud. Pitch delivered inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Payne, Briner, Vertucci, and Chun. Hogue is on the hill. He'll be the starting pitcher for the Matadors today. So Cooper, Rubino, Hyatt, Sanchez, Stensrud, Cassell, Payne, Briner, Vertucci, and Chun. Ground ball, backhanded by the shortstop, Negron, and throw to first in time. That'll keep Cooper at second base, still within scoring position, but now there are 2 down. And that'll bring up Sanchez. Sanchez, number 24. He'll bat from the left side, lefty-lefty matchup. Sanchez, the center fielder for the Matadors here today. He's one of the league leaders in batting. First pitch strike delivered to Sanchez. Tied for second with home runs. He's got 2 round trippers this season so far, early in the season too. The Matadors 5-5 on the season in the North Division, 6-6 overall. 3 back from first place. Ball bounces off of Klein's glove. That'll advance Cooper to third base. The Hialeah Gardens Lions are 0-7 right now in the North Division, 1-9 overall. They're 6.5 back in the North. Both teams, this is a division battle here today. Hialeah Gardens looking for their first win as the ball goes by Klein, and that'll easily have Cooper scoring here, and the Matadors go up 1-0 here in the top of the first. So the pitch deflected off the glove of Klein, goes to the backstop, and Cooper at third base easily scores here for the Matadors. 1-0. We're in the top of the first here from Westland Gardens Park and Hialeah Gardens. Next pitch upstairs, that'll miss inside. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Stensrud on deck as Sanchez swings and misses. We've got a nice breeze here, and that's not the breeze off the bat of Sanchez, but a nice breeze blowing. Looks like it's blowing right to left. I believe I'm looking at all the palm trees and the fronds as they blow out in the outfield. Beautiful day here. Lots of clouds to help shade us every once in a while, but the sun is shining brightly as the pitch is delivered behind the back of Sanchez. He'll head to first base, and that will bring up Stensrud. Stensrud, number 37. He is the first baseman for the Matadors. Lefty-righty matchup, runner at first, 2 away. Top of the first, we started a little early, so if you're just tuning in, now it's just a few minutes past, looks like 11:02 right now. And we've already got 2 outs and a run that has crossed the plate for the Matadors. So we started about 5 minutes early. Runner going to second, no contest, no throw down to first base. So Sanchez easily takes first. One and one the count with 2 outs. Beautiful day here at Westland Gardens Park and Hialeah Gardens. Next pitch, that's low. 2 balls and a strike to the first baseman for the Matadors. Matadors wearing their road grays, gray tops, gray bottoms. Have Matadors across their chest in red. On the back, red numbers outlined in black. So black and red are the colors for the Matadors. That pitch went foul. 2-2 is the count. The Lions coming in with their home whites, white tops, white bottoms, all outlined in black. 2 black stripes across the chest for the Lions as that ball goes out of play. Count remains even, 2-2. Two outs, runner in scoring position for the Matadors. They already have 1 on the board, up 1-0. Here comes the next pitch. That's upstairs outside. And on the pitch, Sanchez was already going to third base. So he'll take third, and Stensrud will walk down to first. Back-to-back walks. 3 free passes here. No hits yet. Cooper has scored. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Matadors. We'll have a quick little meeting on the mound for the Lions. The last game that the Matadors played was a doubleheader, and that was on Saturday. We were off. The whole league was off yesterday to celebrate Father's Day. Hoped every father, uncle, grandfather, and every father figure enjoyed their day yesterday. And but on Saturday, the Matadors, boy, did they really break it open and enjoy their day on Saturday. It was a happy Father's Day to all their dads out there and their father figures as the Matadors won 9-0 and 29-4. So they scored 38 runs just on Saturday alone. Have scored 1 here in the first. Cancel at the plate. He'll take the first pitch. Cancel is the catcher. It's Chris Cancel. Just joining the Matadors. They kick the pitch, and that's at the belt for the strike. Lefty-righty matchup. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Matadors. Here comes the next pitch. There's that curveball strike. Kalina has great command of his curveball. As we've got a helicopter going right over and above us. You can probably hear it a little bit. Little noise, but that's okay. That'll bring up a little breeze as we see at first Stensrud just kicked his right foot and lifted up some dust, and he'll smoke it to second base, and that'll allow another run to score for the Matadors. So Stensrud was going all the way to second. He was actually like a bull out there kicking up the dust, and it was blowing, and a little mirage, a little smoke screen as he smoked it and flew over to second, allowing Sanchez to score. So 2-0, Matadors on top. This ball's getting a ride, but it'll go out of play to the right side. Payne on deck for the Matadors. He's the number 7 hitter. Hialeah Gardens, they're coming off a loss. They've actually lost 9 in a row. Throw to third, and the ball gets by the third baseman, McKee. So Stensrud is safe at third base. So Hialeah Gardens has lost 9 in a row, 9 in their last 10, 0-7 in the division. Pop-up, out of play. It was a loss on Friday to the Boca Raton Beach Boys. They lost 8-0. It was one inning. It was the 9th. A bouncer taken by McKee. Long throw to first is in time, and that'll retire Cancel. Not before the Matadors score 2. So Palm Beach Gardens has the early 2-0 lead as we go to the home half of the first here from Hialeah Gardens, Florida. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission attracts sporting events and activities to Palm Beach County to enhance tourism and business, as well as promote sports across the Palm Beach County. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission provides venues to promote the image of Palm Beach County as a top sports destination in the country. Thank you, Palm Beach County Sports Commission. Baseball League. So glad that you're joining us here today on a Monday morning, and I bet it's morning even more so for fans, family, friends that are listening on the West Coast or in a different time zone than here on the East Coast of Florida. Fly ball to center field. Going back is the center fielder for the Matadors, and he'll bring it in. We're just putting in our lineups right now as we have Hogue on the hill for the Palm Beach Gardens Matadors. That was Negron who flied out. And at the plate, it's Coleman for the Lions. Line drive, and it'll drop into right field. So there's a base hit, the first base hit of the ball game, even though the Matadors lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. That's the first hit of the ball game, and it's off the bat of Coleman, the first baseman for the Lions. With one out, that'll bring up Valdez. Righty-righty matchup, receiving Hogue today is Cancel. Throw back to first base, tag applied, and out at first is Coleman. So there's two down here on the Lions in the bottom of the first. Nice throw by Cancel back to first to get Coleman, who was off the bag at first base. Applying the tag is Stensrud. He's the first baseman for Palm Beach Gardens. At second is Chun. The shortstop for the Matadors is Cooper as the pitch is delivered low and away. At third base is Rubino. From left to right in the outfield, it's Briner in left, Tapper foul left side. Off the bat of Valdez. In center field for the Matadors is Sanchez. And in right field is Payne. Here comes the pitch. It's coming back into the backstop. And the lineup for the Lions will try to quickly get through it. Negron flied out. He's batting leadoff for the Lions. Then it's Coleman, who singled but then was out at first base. Got thrown out by the catcher, Cancel. Valdez at the plate. He's batting third, low and away. That'll miss. Wilson, the designated hitter, is batting fourth. Wolf, the extra hitter, is batting sixth. Batting seventh is Clement. As ball four is thrown to Valdez, he'll head to first base with two outs, and that'll bring up Wilson, the designated hitter. So Wilson in the cleanup spot, then it's Wolf, the extra hitter, in the fifth spot for the Lions. Batting sixth is Clement. He's the center fielder. Yakovic, the second baseman, is batting in the seventh slot. Batting eighth for the Lions is McKee. Pitch delivered. That's a strike. First pitch strike here to Wilson. McKee batting eighth. The third baseman batting ninth is Wims. The right fielder. And batting 10th is Klein. The catcher for the Lions. One on, two away. Here comes the pitch, and that's coming back into the backstop here. Throw down to second base. And safe at second is Valdez. So Cancel was able to get Coleman, pick him off at first, but Valdez was able to sneak on in past the tag and the throw from Cancel. So Valdez was in scoring position with 2 outs. There's a base hit that'll drop into left in front of Briner. The throw coming home. Here comes the runner. He runs right into Cancel, tagged out. That'll do it for the Lions. So a great throw by Briner in left field all the way home to Cancel, and he gets Valdez out at the plate as he runs into Cancel. Cancel hanging on to the ball, tagging him as he gets plowed over, and that'll do it. So the Lions pick up 2 hits, but no runs. No errors and none left on. We will head, actually 1 left on, we'll head to the top of the second, and the Matadors lead the Lions 2-0. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. At Marriott Spring Hill and Town Place Suites, we know that part of the great vacation is the peace of mind that comes from a great hotel. That's why we are dedicated to providing an experience that stands above the rest. Whether it be our comfortable beds, poolside relaxation, or our courteous staff, we ensure you'll get the best out of us so you can enjoy your travels with ease. Marriott, Spring Hill, and Town Place Suites, the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League's preferred hotel providers. And welcome back. We've got Payne Briner, and let me take a look at the lineup as I'm still penciling in, and we've had so much action here just in the first. Welcome back. Lisa Pride here for the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Top of the second, Matadors leading 2-0. They're playing the Lions here at Westland Gardens Park in Hialeah Gardens, home to the Lions. So Payne Briner and Vertucci are due up here in the second. Lefty-righty matchup, hit hard on the ground. Diving after it is McKee at third. He'll throw a one-hopper that gets by, though, Coleman at first base, and Payne will go all the way to second. So a long, tough throw to first base. McKee played that well. That was over by the third base bag. He had to lunge after it, go to his right side. Somehow he snagged it in his glove. The throw was a tough one to first base. That'll be an infield hit for Payne, and he'll advance on the throwing error over to second base. And that'll bring up Briner. Briner, the left fielder for the Matadors. Great throw from left field as he gunned down the Lions runner Valdez at home plate to end the inning. That was a base hit off the bat of Valdez, and Briner played it well and made the throw into home to get Valdez. Swing and a miss. Kalina looking the runner back at second, then delivers the pitch. One on, no outs. Briner at the plate. Pitch delivered upstairs. That'll miss. You could hear the wind blowing across my mic. That's scooped, and it will be a fair ball that'll go and hit some grass in left and be trouble for Valdez in left field. He's got to hunt it down, but that'll easily score Payne from second base. So it was just a looper that went into left off the bat of Briner, but gave Valdez some trouble as it hit close to the line and bounced around, got stuck in the grass out there and left by the pole and the fence. Valdez had to track it down, wouldn't be in time as Briner is safe at second base, and he's doubling it in a run here for the Matadors. And now Palm Beach Gardens leads 3-0. That'll bring up Vertucci, the extra hitter, in the lineup here for the Matadors here today. First pitch, he goes after it and puts it foul to the right side, out of play. Was that a delayed sound effect there, or just a sound effect as the ball gets away from the catcher, Klein, puts Vertucci at first base. It must have hit him, I believe. That I missed it as I was looking at that sound effect back here. The ball or something hit off the aluminum side of the building. And so Vertucci's at first, Briner's at second, and Chun, the number 10 hitter in the lineup here for the Matadors, the second baseman, will step into the box. Lefty-righty matchup. Chun doesn't go after that first pitch that sails upstairs. Next pitch, that'll miss. Once again, inside up. 2 balls, no strikes on Chun. The next pitch, and that's a weak grounder, almost acting like a bunt to third. Throw upstairs, and that's an errant throw that will sail over into right. Easily jogging in is Briner, and ending up at third base is Vertucci. Chun at second. So Briner scores. The Matadors match the first as they've scored 2 here in the second. They're up 4-0. Chun aboard on the error, and he advances to second base. He got jammed. It was a weak grounder to third to McKee. McKee had to wait as it rolled slowly on the grass. He had enough time, though, to set himself and throw to first, but he sailed it away up for Coleman, who wasn't able to jump up to get that throw. So Vertucci now at third, Chun at second. We're back up to the top of the order. Cooper, base hit to left. That will score a run here for the Matadors as Vertucci crosses the plate. Chun right behind him at third base. So Cooper with the easy base hit into left. And the Matadors are looking like the same team that played that doubleheader against the Iguanas, I believe that was. And it was against the West Palm Beach Iguanas, the doubleheader that they scored 38 runs. Only 4 by the Iguanas. Runners at first and third right now on the corners with Rubino at the plate. They kick the pitch. That's a ball that's jammed. Rubino hits it to third. That's a good throw to first base. And 1 run will cross the plate. Chun scores on the ground out by Rubino. So Rubino picks up a ribby. There's 1 down here for the Matadors. We're in the top of the second with Hyatt coming up to the plate. Hyatt grounded out his first trip up. He's 0 for 1. Pitch delivered. That's low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Hyatt. Hyatt had a great game on Saturday in game 1. 3 for 4. Scored 4 runs and drove in 5. Here comes the pitch, and that's low and away. Cooper's at second. He's in scoring position for Hyatt. There were 23 hits, 13 walks, 29 runs in that game, 28 earned. There's a base hit. Boy, these bats came alive the last couple of games, and they're still going here today. So a base hit off the bat of Hyatt into left, and that'll advance Cooper to third base and bring up Sanchez. Sanchez walked back in the first, stole a couple of bags, and scored the second run of the ballgame for the Matadors. Sanchez hit his second home run of the season in Game 2 against the Iguanas back on Saturday. He had 3 runs batted in. In that second game, everybody in the lineup except one batter as the strike is delivered. 0-1 on Sanchez. Just one batter didn't get a hit. In Game 1, everybody got a hit. Chun was 2 for 3 in Game 2. He is in today's game and has scored a run. He's already been on base. This ball, breaking ball, hits Sanchez on the right hip, so he will take off his gear and head to first base. That'll load the bases for Stensrud, the first baseman. Stensrud rocked and was aboard back in the first. He was left stranded at third base, but 2 runs crossed the plate and the Matadors were up 2-0. Now the Matadors have scored 4. They've doubled it up here in the second and have the 6-0 lead. Ground ball to the second baseman, steps on second, throw to first. The double play gets the Lions out of this inning, but not before the Matadors add 4 more and have the 6-0 lead as we head to the home half of the second here from Westland Gardens Park and Hialeah Gardens, Florida. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Here so early in the day, and you're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Do not let injuries slow you down. MD Now has over 110 locations across the state of Florida and centers in 20 different states. You will get the best care from our award-winning physicians, and they'll get you back on your feet quickly, whether it's a fastball to the head or any injury that comes your way. When you need help, you want MD Now's consistent and fast care. Thank you, MD Now, for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes and families. Welcome back. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League here on YouTube. Listening live, streaming live. We've got 4 games in the next 5 days here, so tune in. Tomorrow's at 10 a.m. start. First pitch from Kaiser University in West Palm Beach, Florida. Next pitch inside, that'll miss. At the plate, we have Wolf. It's Wolf, Clement, and Yakovic that are due up here for the Lions. Next pitch, strike delivered. Hogue on the hill, throwing 3/4 from the 3/4 slot. So it could be a little deceptive right now. Pop up, that'll stay in the infield, caught by Rubino at third base. So much action on the left side of the diamond here today, especially at third on both sides. But Wolf is retired as he pops up to third. That'll bring up Clement, the center fielder. Yakovic on deck. No balls and a strike here to Clement. The pitch delivered. That'll miss inside. Actually, let's make it 2 balls and no strikes. Clement, the center fielder. First at bat of the game. Next pitch. Nice pitch, but not getting the call from the home plate umpire. We've got an umpire behind the plate and one on the base paths here today. Hogue kicks, fires. There's a strike. Next pitch at the belt. Another strike. None on, 1 down for the Lions here in the bottom of the second. They're down 6-0. This pitch will go upstairs, sail in, and hit Clement right on the left shoulder. He tried to dodge and turn away from it. Unsuccessful. He'll be okay, though, as he heads to first base, hands off his gear to the coach at first. And that'll bring up Yakovic, the second baseman for the Lions. First pitch, ground ball to Rubino. Throw to second, relay throw to first. And it's in time, the twin killing. So 1, 2, 3, down go the Lions with the help of that double play, even after Clement was hit by a pitch and he advanced up to first base. But out at second, throw cleanly over to first, gets Yakovic at first, and that'll do it. So the Lions still trail the Matadors 6-0 as we head to the top of the third here from Hialeah Gardens. You are listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Signs, t-shirts, hats, and more. Delray's finest signs and graphics has you covered for your special events. DFS provides the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League with banners, team merchandise, and more for our opening day, all-star game, playoffs, and all of our big events. And they will do the same for you. Lola and her team, located in the heart of Palm Beach, the Palm Beach community, will have your design and graphics needs met. For all your design needs, go to dfsgraphics.com. That's dfsgraphics.com. Welcome back. We've got the Matadors at the plate. Due up is Cancel, Payne, and Briner. And Cancel, first batter, just singled to left, and he's at first base. That'll bring up Payne. Payne is 1 for 1 today. Scored a run also back in the second. Pitch delivered, and that will drop into center field. A blooper out there in short center as Clement, he was shading his eyes, unable to come up with it and get there fast enough as that ball just dropped right behind second base. That'll advance Cancel to second, Payne at first base with back-to-back base hits for the Matadors to lead things off here in the third. And then I'll bring up Briner. First pitch to Briner, strike delivered. The left fielder doubled, drove in a run, and scored a run in the second. Big second inning for the Matadors. After scoring 2 in the first, added 4 more last inning in the second, up 6-0. That'll miss inside, 1-1. Two balls and a strike to Briner. Throw it over to third base. Tag applied, and Cancel is out at third base. Try to get that stolen base, pick up the bag at third, and put himself even closer, just 90 feet within scoring, but instead the Lions right on Cancel, and they get him out at third base, so there's 1 away. That keeps Payne at first, and Briner still at the plate. Briner, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, gets jammed, pops it up. It'll drop in for a single into short left center. Clement gets over there, but he's not able to get there in time, and that'll put Sawyer Briner at first base. Back-to-back hits for the left fielder, and back-to-back-to-back hits for the Matadors here in the third. Payne advances to second, so 2 on, 1 away for the extra hitter, Ian Vertucci. First pitch, pop-up. Vertucci going after it, and it'll go into the glove of Yakovic at second base as he rolls backwards onto the grass and brings it in on his left shoulder. That will keep the runners at first and second right now, Briner and Payne, and bring up Chun. Daniel Chun, the second baseman. He was aboard on an error, scored a run, 1 of the 4 in the second for the Matadors. Chun, the number 10 hitter in the lineup for the Matadors here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. We've got a designated hitter, extra hitter, and 10 in the lineup. Ground ball up the middle, taken by the shortstop, Negron, and he'll spin and step on second base to get the runner, and that'll be enough as that's out number 3. So Chun, fielder's choice as the shortstop. Negron plays it smart, steps on second as he spins and moves out of the way for out number 3. That'll do it here for the Matadors in the third. They still hang on to the 6-0 lead as we head to the home half of the third. It is a doubleheader here today, so we're going 7 innings in both games. So just 7 innings, we're almost halfway through. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The law offices of Salao, Osterita, and Cox offers their clients best experience in areas of security enforcement, regulation, arbitration, and litigation. James Sala and his team of expert attorneys provide individualized attention with your white-collar crime cases. SAC has law offices available in Boca Raton as well as in New Jersey and New York. Call 561-989-9080. That's 561-989-9080 today. Salal, Osterita, Cox, your go-to representation for white-collar troubles. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the third. Due up for the Lions. It's McKee, Wims, and Klein. So that's 8, 9, and 10 for the Lions. First pitch at the belt, strike, righty-righty matchup. Here comes the pitch, low and away, but a swing and a miss. Nice break on that last pitch to get McKee. Next pitch upstairs. That'll miss. Jackson McKee from Fort Myers, Florida. The next pitch, and he'll foul it out of play. It'll go over to the handball courts. Looks like we're practicing some pickleball, though, maybe. Against the walls here. Nice little park. It's the home field for Mater Academy that we're playing on. Home of the Lions, though. That's the Hialeah Gardens Lions here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. And that pitch is batted foul right side. McKee, a sophomore at the University of St. Francis. St. Francis out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Sets at the chest, delivers. That'll miss low and inside. And that'll have McKee advancing with the free pass to first base. That'll bring up Wims, the right fielder for the Lions. Dylan Wims from Euclid, Ohio, a junior at Bryant Stratton Community College. That was his last school there. Both schools, the last two schools we talked about, St. Francis and Bryant Stratton, is where the head coach for the Lions also played ball. Aaron Miranda, the head coach, also played at Notre Dame College. And I believe there might be some players here too. We were talking, I'll have to look through my notes in a little bit, but he played here in the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League, just finished up his collegiate seasons, jumping into coaching. So he's played with a few of the players right here on his team and around the league as that ball goes out of play. Dylan Wims in high school. He went to Lake Catholic High School as the pitch is delivered inside. And he's 6'4". You can see that he's pretty tall up there. Won a dunk contest in high school as he flips the bat away. And he'll head to first base. That'll advance McKee. As Wims got hit, I saw him wince a little bit with pain. That one came too far inside on him. So he played baseball and basketball. I mentioned 6'4" at Lake Catholic High School. He's from Euclid, Ohio. And he won the Archie Griffin Sportsmanship Award in high school. Here comes the pitch. That sails upstairs on Klein, the catcher. Archie Griffin, the only two-time Heisman Trophy Award winner. Played football for Ohio State. Inside strike, 1-1, right at the letters. So you can imagine for an athlete that is from Ohio to receive that award, it's a pretty big honor. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Klein gets the end of the bat on the ball, and that'll sail out of play right side. Stephen Klein, sophomore at St. Michael's College. 1 foot shorter than the batter in front of him. 5'4". Wims 6'4" at first. 2 on right now for the Lions, but there's a line drive that'll go into right center, but on the run is Sanchez. He makes the running grab, and that will retire Klein. So a good hit, good off the bat for Klein, but Sanchez, he's so speedy out there in center field, covers a lot of ground, and he was able to make the catch on that line drive. 1 down, that'll advance McKee over to third. Wims stays at first base. So runners at the corners here for the Lions as we go back up to the top of the order. The shortstop, Eli Negron, at the plate. Negron flied out to Sanchez back in the first. 0 for 1 here today. Ball sails outside. That'll miss. 1 ball, no strikes. Only 1 down, 2 on here for the Lions. Next pitch at the knee, strike. 1-1 is the count. On deck is Coleman for the Lions. He picked up the first hit of the ball game for either team back in the first. Pitch delivered, strike. Here, they pick it up in the third. 3 walks given up by Hogue here in the third and a hit by pitch. And that helps play to run for the Lions. And that'll bring up Ryan Valdez. Valdez goes after the first pitch, hits it hard to the third baseman, who then fields it and lays out, dives back to third base to get there before the runner at third picks him off, and that'll do it. That's out number 3 and ends things as the line drive into the glove is out number 2, and then doubling up. Wims at third base is out number 3. So we'll head to the 4th. The Lions pick up their first run. 6-1 ball game in favor of the Matadors. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. The law offices of Thompson & Thomas will fight for you to get you the compensation that you deserve. Vehicle accidents, personal injury, real estate, workers' compensation, and more. Thompson & Thomas will have you covered. Thompson & Thomas will fight for you like family, treating your case with the specialized care that we would want for their own. For top-level and caring attorneys, Thompson & Thomas has you covered. For a free consultation today, go to tntlegal.com, tntlegal.com. Welcome back. We're in the top of the fourth. Matadors lead the Lions 6-1. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. And boy, we've got some wind whipping it up right here, trying to hang on to all my papers and get everything straightened up. But you know who's at the plate right now for the Matadors? It's Thomas Cooper. Cooper, Rubino, and Hyatt, 1, 2, and 3, due up for the Matadors here this inning. Pop up, that'll go out of play. Cooper is a big bat here in the lineup and has helped the Matadors a lot this season. Pitch upstairs, that'll miss. I was talking to their head coach, the Matadors, Jacob Josie, a little bit about the team, especially about their big wins the last couple of days. Talking a little bit about Cooper, and he uses all fields, and this time he doesn't have to use much or swing at all, as he's delivered the fourth ball, and he'll head to first base with the walk, and that'll bring up Nick Rubino. But Cooper, just not only a great bat, a big bat to have in the lineup for the Matadors, but he's also just a great, solid defender. The shortstop, that's what you need up the middle, too. Got a little meeting on the mound here, as it looks like there might be a new pitcher coming in for the Lions, and there is. So we will just take a really quick break. Stick with us as the new pitcher warms up. And we've got a runner at first base for the Matadors. Due up is Rubino, then Hyatt. No outs, top of the fourth, 6-1. The Matadors lead. This is game one of a doubleheader, so we'll play 7 innings as we're in the top of the fourth. Welcome back. New pitcher on the hill is Ilhard here for the Lions. First pitch delivered to Rubino is a strike. Ball lifted up to left. It's going all the way to the fence on a couple of hops. That'll have the runner Cooper going to third base. Stand-up double for Rubino. So Rubino with a stand-up double off the relief pitcher, Ilhart. Cooper standing at third base. No outs. That'll bring up Hyatt, the designated hitter for the Matadors. Here comes the pitch. Foul tip into the glove with Hyatt at the plate. Next pitch low. That'll miss. Runners at second and third. The Matadors have scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings. Did not score a run. Had a few hits in the third. No runs scored. Here comes the pitch. That'll miss. Low and inside. I know we said Ilhart, but then I was looking at the rosters, and that was a mistake given. So now I'm taking a look, and number 6 is Todd Darwin. So Darwin for the Lions. And he is the new pitcher on the hill. That ball will go out of play. I've got to get my whiteout to work here. I know it's put away, but I know it just got all messed up one game, and I can't even use it. I need to pick up some new whiteout because I've got some scratches now with the new pitcher in. That ball's hit up the middle, off the mound, off of second, into center. Here comes 1 run for the Matadors. Make it 2, and the Matadors tack on 2 and now have the 8-1 lead here in the 4th. So Hyatt, with a base hit up the middle, drives in 2 runs. It's Cooper and Rubino who cross the plate. Not a hard hit, but a well-placed one that was just hard for the pitcher, Darwin, and also then going up the bag, hitting off a second into center. Just nobody able to get to it. Sanchez at the plate. He'll pop it up into foul territory. McKee going after it, and he will be able to make the grab out there in the grass closer to the fence and the dugout of the visiting Matador. So there's 1 away here in the 4th, and that will bring up Stendrad. Kirk Stendrad steps in. He's walked and grounded out. Has a couple of stolen bags here today. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on the first baseman. Runner at first base with 1 away. That pitch will miss low. 1-1 is the count. Cancel on deck for the Matadors. Eight to 1. Matadors up. Here in the top of the 4th. That'll miss low. Here comes the next pitch. Inside, upstairs. That'll miss. Jammed on the ground, scooped up by the second baseman. Easy throw to first, and that'll retire Stendrad as he grounds out to second to Yakovic. 2 down. That'll advance Hyatt though to second base. He's in scoring position for Chris Cancel. Cancel grounded out, base hit, helped drive in 1 of the runs for the Matadors in the 1st. First pitch, and going after it is Cancel. He will put it into the outfield, center field. On the run is Clement. He brings it in, and that'll do it. One left stranded for the Matadors, but not before 2 runs cross the plate. And the visiting team, the Palm Beach Garden Matadors, have the 8-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th here from Westland Gardens Park in Hialeah Gardens, Florida. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. There's nothing better than leaving the ballpark to get some cold beers, hot chicken wings, and great times with friends and family. The Duck Tavern has been whipping it up for the South Florida community for years and is now the official local restaurant of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. We aren't sure what's more impressive, the 110 different beers from around the world or the 20% off that all South Florida Collegiate Baseball League athletes, staff, and family get at the Duck all season long. That's the Duck Tavern, located at 5901 North Federal Highway. Come on in for great food, good vibes at the Duck Tavern. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th, Lions down by a few runs. They put one on the board in the 3rd. Here comes the pitch. There was a swing and a miss. First pitch. This pitch is going out of play off the bat of Wilson. It's Wilson, Wolf, and Clement due up here for the Lions in the 4th. So 8-1. The Matadors now lead the Lions. Lions looking for their first win in the division here. They've lost 7 in a row. Pop up to second. Chun squeezes it into his glove, and Wilson is retired. That's one down. Wolf will step up. He's the extra hitter. Jet Wolf from St. Petersburg, Florida, the junior out of Bishop State Community College. With a name like Jet, you've got to wonder if he's as fast as his name sounds. On the ground, fielded by the third baseman, Rubino. Bullet to first, and Wolf is retired as he grounds out to third. That'll bring up Bennett Clement. Clement from Northwestern State University, Louisiana. First pitch, and that'll miss, low and away to the center fielder, Clement. Bennett Clement stepping in the box, off the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike delivered, 1-1. Two-tone bat, natural color on the barrel, and black on the handle. Taps the dirt in front of the plate. Lifts his bat up, and he's ready for the next pitch. Here comes the 1-1 delivery, and the pitch that'll miss low and inside. 2 balls and a strike here to the center fielder. The kick, the pitch, and going opposite. That'll drop in for a base hit to right. Rounding first, he loses his helmet. He's going all the way to second base, and it'll be a stand-up double. So Clement, he's got the jetpack on, and he never stopped. That ball fell into right field in front of Payne, and he decided to test the arm of Payne, and he did, as right away he wasn't stopping, hit the first base bag, and Bennett, his helmet just went flying, and he went flying into second base. A stand-up double with 2 outs. He's trying to get the Lions to roar back here in the 4th as they're down by 7. 8-1 ball game in favor of the Matadors. John Yakovic will step up to the plate. The second baseman hit into a double play back in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1 today. Pitch delivered. That sails way upstairs as Yakovic dips down below it. Strike delivered. 1-1 the count. Runner in scoring position for the Lions with 2 away. From the stretch, glancing back at the runner, here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. Talking to the Lions head coach, Aaron Miranda, who I mentioned played for the Lions. They were the Boca Raton Lions last year. Pitch delivered. 2-2 is the count. And he said that it's just, the team is just trying to really have a good full 7-9 innings, but they have struggled early on as this ball is hit out of play, that there's usually an inning or two that they just kind of lose it, whether it's defensively or just can't get the bats going or something happens. And I'm just trying to find and trying to really get that chemistry going, get the bats going, defense, pitching, all in one game to have a solid, 9 innings, and they need to win. They are winless in the North Division. Run in scoring position, 2 outs here for the Lions. Down by 7. Yakovic at the plate. Yellow batting gloves, green bat, swings, and the ball is laced into left, and that ball is trying to find it center field. I think it was caught, but trying to find it here today is a little tricky, but we picked it up because that ball was hit with an exit velo of something really fast, and Yakovic is retired as he lines out to center. Wow. So leaving one stranded, the Lions still down by 7, 8-1 Matadors on top as we head to the top of the 5th here from Hialeah Gardens. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Homeowners of South Florida, the 5 boroughs of New York and New Jersey, we have the one-stop shop for all of your home remodeling needs with GMNO Construction. GMNO specializes in kitchens, bathrooms, and complete remodels. And now home construction. Call 973-315-7411 for a free quote today. GMNO Construction, proud partner of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Welcome back, rather. We've got a beautiful day here in South Florida. Sunshine, some clouds that actually help shade us a little bit, blue skies, and a ground ball base hit off the glove of the shortstop for the Lions off the bat of Payne. That's Nolan Payne, safe at first base. What a great play there by Negrones. I mean, he dove out, let it all out. The ball went off his glove, but a base hit for Payne. That'll bring up the left fielder, Sawyer Briner. Payne has 3 hits today. He's 3 for 3 now at first base. Briner is following him. He's 2 for 2. A double and a single, drove in a run, scored a run. Darwin looks back the runner at first base, Payne, and Payne falls down and has to crawl back to the bag, but he made it there safely. No throw over to first. We've got a righty-righty matchup. Pitch delivered low. 1 ball and no strikes here to Briner. The Palm Beach Gardens Matadors are the northmost team here in the league. Pitch delivered upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. And I believe the Hialeah Gardens Lions here are the southmost team in the league, the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. It is a trip. They're playing in the same division, in the North Division, but these two teams on the opposite end strike delivered as far as when you look at the geography here in South Florida. So a big trip for the Matadors to make it down here to Hialeah Gardens and vice versa when the Lions have to travel. But you know who else has to travel far is Briner. He's from Alaska as he hits this pitch foul out of play. I have no idea. I'd have to definitely make the time. I've been looking up so many different things just to get us squared away in the scorebook here. But as far as the time zone, I know it's early in Alaska right now with his parents tuning in. His dad, a big baseball fan. That's why, because I was like, in Alaska, how do you become, how does baseball become your sport? Is that ball sails out of play? How do you like baseball so much to keep playing it too? Because he has played, after high school. Sawyer told me that he went to post-grad in Arizona to get some more, time and have colleges look at him. He's played at Bryan and Stratton, I believe. He's playing in Dixon State right now, and he is looking for another team. The ball sails upstairs, sliding in safely is Payne. He'll pick up a stolen base here today. And I thought, well, maybe because there's, a collegiate, the Alaska Baseball League, and maybe he was able to, see some games there and get involved in baseball that way. But he said it's his dad. His dad really started or was a big part of the high school program. As this ball sails upstairs inside, Briner will take the free pass, head to first base. So runners at first and second now for the Matadors. That'll bring up the extra hitter, Ian Vertucci. Vertucci is 0 for 1 with the walk and has scored a run here today. Strike delivered. 0-1 on the extra hitter. Next pitch. That's a line drive that'll drop in for a base hit into left. And the runners will advance 1 bag. So Payne advances a station to third. Briner at second. Vertucci aboard with a base hit. That's his first hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 2 today with a walk and a run. And that'll bring up the number 10 hitter, Daniel Chun. Chun, the second baseman, 0 for 2 today, but he's been aboard and scored a run back in the second when the Matadors scored 4. Righty-righty matchup, pitch delivered. Darwin declined, strike delivered, 0-1 on Chun. Pop up into right center. Calling for it is the center fielder and the right fielder. Right field making the grab. Throw coming in. Run crosses the plate. That'll be a sacrifice fly off the bat of Chun as he drives in another run, the 9th of the ball game for the Matadors. Payne crosses the plate. Briner's at third and Vertucci at second. First is open. We're back up to the top of the order for the Matadors. Thomas Cooper, the shortstop. He's been on base all 3 times, 2 walks, a single, has driven in 1 and scored 2. First pitch, that'll miss low and inside. The Lions, such a young team too, talking to their head coach. Ground ball back to the mound. Racing after the runner at third base. Not throwing it yet, racing him all the way back to third. Throw to the third baseman. Tag applied. Sawyer's out at third. That's out number 2. So Briner jumping off the bag, thinking about going home, waiting to see what the pitcher would do with that ball as it was hit off the bat of Cooper. Cooper safe at first base on the fielder's choice as Darwin fielded it cleanly, saw that Briner was thinking about heading home, and instead of throwing it and getting in a rundown, he ran almost all the way to third base and ran Briner back to the bag, and then a short little throw to McKee, tag applied, and Briner was retired out at third. So 2 down with Nick Rubino at the plate. Pitch delivered, and that ball's hit out of play. 0-1 on the third baseman. Runners advance as Vertucci now at third base, Cooper at second. I think every once in a while you might hear some feedback from, I'm trying to see if, at first I thought it was the wind, but it might be the speakers too that are, something's happening that gives a little feedback. So thanks for sticking with us on that because I can hear it too. So Rubino at the plate. I believe it's around 8 a.m. I was trying to check to see what time it was in Alaska as we were talking about Sawyer Briner being from Alaska. Looks like it's 50 degrees there and drizzling. That's probably a warm kind of day there in Alaska. Boy, as hot as it's been here in South Florida, sometimes you wish you could feel 50 degrees. I'd take that. But 50 degrees, and it looks like it's around 8 a.m. Runners at second and third in scoring position. Pitch low, hits the dirt, brings up some dust, and Rubino will head to first base on the walk. So another walk allowed this inning by Darwin. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Matadors, Jackson Hyatt. He's the designated hitter, 2 for 3 today. A pair of singles he's driven into. So the bases are loaded now for Hyatt. Pitch delivered, that misses inside. 1-0 on Hyatt. Jackson coming into this game batting .429 in 7 games. 9 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers, and he's driven in 8. That was before today's game. Takes the next pitch, and that's inside low. Bases are loaded for this hitter that's hitting above 400 here today. Next pitch, pop up, waiting on it. Looks looks like it's going to Valdez, but no, it's actually the shortstop third baseman going back, and it goes into foul territory. Little breeze blowing it over into left field into foul territory. That's caught, and Jackson is retired as he pops out. So that leaves 3 stranded here for the Matadors as we go to the home half of the 5th, with the Matadors leading 9-1. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Barwis Arm Farm has the tools to give specialized training to professional athletes all the way down to the little leaguers. Professional and Olympic athletes train with Mike Barwis and his staff because they know that they will receive the most advanced, scientifically based, holistic, and cutting-edge athletic training. Prepare to achieve the uncommon. Go to barwis.com to book a tour and check out the training programs they offer. BARWIS.com, barwis.com. Welcome back. We've got a new pitcher on the hill for the Matadors. Number 15, right-handed pitcher, Zach Cologne. First pitch, he's going after McKee, Wims, and Klein. He'll face the Lions here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, that'll go to the right side, racing after it. Catcher, pitcher, sliding. Cancel. And I believe he makes the grab. So that was a tough one, but the Matadors, they wanted that out bad. McKee pops up. It was over towards the fence. It wasn't going to be an easy play. Both Stenstrud and Cancel went after it. Cancel, the catcher, called off the first baseman right at the last minute, dove, or slid rather, right on this, it's really gravelly, red rocks on the warning track and along here, the backstop over in the on-deck circle, and made the grab. Pitch deliver, that pops right into the dirt on Wims. 1 ball, no strikes to the right fielder. 1 away, Wims at the plate, Klein on deck for the Lions. The Lions have scored 1 run here in today's contest. Pitch delivered, pop-up. calling for it, waving everyone off as Daniel Chun, the second baseman, as he catches it on the grass near the second base bag. So 2 away for the Lions here in the 5th. That'll bring up Stephen Klein, the catcher for the Lions. Klein is 0 for 1 today, lined out back in the 3rd. Pitch delivered right at the letters for strike number 1 against Klein. 0-1 on the catcher. Colon, the new pitcher who came in relief of Hogue just this inning. He already has 2 outs, 2 pop-ups. Strike delivered to Klein. The Lions scored their 1 run in the 3rd. It was part of the lineup, too. Started off with Jackson McKee as he walked that inning. Wims was hit by a pitch. Klein lined out. Negron walked. And then Coleman walked in that 1 run. And that's how the Lions got on the board. Next pitch, going opposite, up into the air, into right. Payne will make the grab in that fly out in short right field. So 1-2-3, the Lions came to the plate, and 1-2-3, down went Hialeah Gardens. 3 up, 3 down as we head to the top of the 6th. Game 1 of this double dip, 7-inning games. So we're getting close to that mark. 9-1, Matadors lead as you are listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Netting professionals will improve the quality of your facility equipment. They have L screens, batting cages, turf, netting, and so much more to take care of your athletic facility needs. Trusted by Division I athletic programs, thank you to the netting professionals for taking care of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League and our family. Welcome back. You can hear the birds even chirping behind me. I hope you can at least. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. One of those picture perfect postcard days in South Florida. Sanchez at the plate. Stensrud and Cansa all due back up here for the Matadors. Alejandro walked, hit by a pitch, and then popped up. Looking for his first hit of the day here today. Pops up this time. That'll go to the left side. Valdez moves to his right, and he'll make the grab just short of the warning track. It's 3:05 out there down the line by the pole. New pitcher on the hill is Jokovic. That's John Jakovic. Let's see, which way are we saying it today? John Jakovic. And he retired. Sanchez, who just flied out to left. But now Kurt Stensrud, the first baseman, was hit by a pitch from Jakovic. So the new second baseman here in the top of the sixth is Alejandro Sakaras. So Sakaras in at second base. That'll bring up Chris Cancel. Cancel is 1 for 3 today. Base hit back in the third. He's grounded out and flied out. Solid red bat here for the Matadors catcher. Light green batting gloves as this ball sails over the head of Cancel, and Stensrud will take second base easily on the wild pitch. Nolan Payne on deck. Next pitch rather, that'll miss, and Cancel takes off his gear and heads to first base. So after getting Sanchez to fly out to left, Stensrud was hit by a pitch. Wild pitch put him at second, and the walk has the catcher Cancel at first for the Matadors. The Matadors, with only one down, bring up the right fielder, Nolan Payne. Righty-righty matchup. Jakovic, the new pitcher here this inning, right at the belt strike across the plate on Payne. Payne is 3 for 3 today. Has scored 2 runs. A stolen base. Next pitch inside, and that gets Payne to turn away and move away from the plate too. That ball just kept riding up. The more that Payne turned away, the more the ball followed him. Next pitch, swing and a miss. As Jakovic comes inside on the hands with the fastball. After game 1, there will be a game 2 here today. Game 2 starting about 30 minutes after game 1. Another 7-inning game. Fly ball, left side, over the head of the left fielder, and it knocks off the wall. Round in third base. Here comes the Matadors to score. That's Stensrud. He stands up scoring, and that'll advance Cancel to third base. A double off the bat of Nolan Payne, his 4th hit of the ball game. That ball almost went out of here, too. We know it's 305 down the line in left field. 380 in center, another 305 down the line in right. So in the gaps there, it's probably around, say, maybe 330, 350 where he hit it. because you got 380 in center, too. So Nolan Payne doubles in. Kurt Stendra. And then Briner with the ground ball to the shortstop, throws home to get the runner Cancel, but Cancel is safe. And that'll put Briner at first base and Payne at third base. So 2 runs have crossed the plate here for the Matadors in the 6th. So Briner aboard on the fielder's choice. Now he's going to second, trying to get the stolen base, and he's in. Briner speedy. He's able to get to second before the throw. High throw, no way to tag him. Or actually, they did. I'm down low here, and it looked like he was safe all the way, but on that throw, the tag applied, and Sawyer is out. That's out number 2 here. So he was caught stealing. I need a better vantage point here. I'm to the right of home plate, and a lot of times I have the umpires, the pitcher, someone stepping in front of me. Swing and a miss as we've got Vertucci at the plate. Still a runner at third base for the Matadors. 2 have scored. (11-1). Here comes the, sorry about that, ground ball to the second baseman, picked it up, throw over to first base, and Vertucci is retired as he grounds out. That's out number 3, 1 left stranded. As I fix my scorebook, that's all a mess, but we've got the game right now. We're not going to broadcast game 2. This is game 1 here of the doubleheader. 7-inning game, but right now the Matadors are up by 10. We've got 11-1, I believe 11 runs, as I'll count them really quick. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11-1, so a 10-run lead for the Matadors. The Lions will get their next, at bat here in the bottom of the 6th. But if they cannot score any runs, that 10-run lead, that'll end the ball game right there as the 10-run rule. We've made it past, 5 innings here, so that could be the ball game. The Lions could be down to their last 3 outs at this point. But we're headed to a break, and you have right now the Matadors leading 11-1 over the Lions, and you're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Get your baseball gear through the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League Mizuna storefront, located at the homepage of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League website. You can find Mizuno wooden bats, gloves, batting gloves, and catcher's gear at a discount rate. Mizuno has the best baseball equipment in the game. Make sure you take advantage of this special offer. Welcome back. Lions up to bat. First pitch delivered by Cologne, and it's grounded to the shortstop. Splits by the first baseman, Stensrud. First, the umpire calls him safe. Does he call him out afterwards? I'm just getting set back here, but what a nice play by Cooper at short, and Stensra. He did the splits, and boy, he's looking like he needs to stretch a little more too. But safe at first base is Eli Negron. So that's the shortstop, Negron, safe at first base with the infield base hit. What a play by the defense, though, for the Matadors. So much effort. Didn't get the out, though, and that'll bring up Wayne Coleman. Coleman first pitch, that'll be fouled out of play. Just want to remind you that this is a doubleheader here today. We're only broadcasting Game 1. We appreciate you sticking with us. We know there's been some technical difficulties, or maybe the stream hasn't been strong enough. We have been working on the audio too, so hopefully you've enjoyed our broadcast here in the Game 1. Game 2, we will not be broadcasting, and this could be the last 3 outs, the last inning here of this ball game. Fly out, waiting underneath it. Briner camps underneath, and he'll bring it in. So that's out number 1 as Coleman flies out to left. That keeps Negron at first base and brings up Ryan Valdez. Valdez, the number 3 hitter for the Lions. Welcome back. All right, we have a little bit of technical difficulty. Lost our power, but you know who didn't lose their power were the Lions. Were you watching? As you probably didn't. I know you didn't hear us because we were trying to figure out get the audio going as we lost our power here at Hialeah Gardens. But the Lions have scored 2 runs. Valdez doubled to left off the wall. Then Wilson, Reed Wilson, the designated hitter, singled in 2 runs. We've got Jeff Wolf at the plate right now. Or actually, I believe Wolf just flied out. Sorry about that. The center fielder, Bennett Clement. Clement at the plate. All right, I'm glad we're back with him because I know he came by to see if we were streaming this game and if he could watch it later. So we've got Clement at the plate. Shows bunt, brings it back. He'll take the pitch and take ball number 4 and head to first base. So 2 on for the Lions with 2 outs. That'll bring up John Yakovic. Yakovic is 0 for 2. He just came in last inning to pitch. It's really hard to see the numbers if you're looking at the stream. The numbers are in white on the backs of the jerseys of the Lions, outlined by black, but not very sharply outlined, so it's very hard to read their numbers. And they actually have their names on the back of the jerseys too, which is still hard because it's all in white. But it is Yakovic at the plate, number 11. I can see him as he's pretty close here, and he just turned his back. Just wanted to make sure that after he came in pitching, he still was going to be at the plate hitting here. He's hitless today. Hit into a double play, then lined out in the 4th. He's taking in some hacks, and the balls are flying out of the ballpark here, but in the reverse way that they should be going over the backstop instead of going forward over the fence. Yakovic looking to drive in a couple more runs. He's got runners at first and second, 1 in scoring position with 2 outs here for the Lions. Swing and a miss. And that will be, I believe that is the first strikeout for any pitcher here today. I believe that is the very first strikeout on either side as Yakovic strikes out, swinging on a ball that's very low and hitting the dirt. He'll leave 2 stranded, but the Lions pick up 2 runs, so they now have 3 on the board, and we are going to the 7th. No longer that 10-run rule in effect right now as the Lions have put 2 more runs on the board, so it is 11-3 ball game. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Welcome back to sunny South Florida at Westland Gardens Park in Hialeah Gardens, Florida. First up for the Matadors here in the top of the seventh of game one is Chun. Then due up is Cooper and Rubino. Daniel Chun looking for his first hit of the ball game, was aboard on an error, a fielder's choice. Sacrifice fly drove in a run in the fifth. Yakovic remains on the hill. This is his second inning of work as the second baseman came in relief for Darwin back in the sixth. Ground ball to the first baseman. Easy underhand to Yakovic, who is an infielder, and he plays it well as he steps on the bag before Chun. So Chun is retired as he grounds out. We're back up to the top of the order for the Matadors. It's Thomas Cooper, the shortstop. Cooper has been aboard every single time he's been on the base pass. A walk, a single, another walk, and a fielder's choice has him running around the bases for the Matadors. This ball sails in right at the helmet of Cooper. Two-tone bat. Actually, it's tricolor with the red handle. But he's got a black natural color in the middle and then red handle. 2 balls and no strikes. The kick, the pitch, and that will sail out of play to the right side. Nice little ballpark that we're playing in here today at Westland Gardens in Hialeah Gardens, home to the Lions and home to the Mater Academy baseball team. There's a splash park and a pool, little t-ball field and little league field also. Fly ball to center, and that's the first time that Cooper is not on the base paths here today for the Matadors. 2 down, that'll bring up the third baseman, Nick Rubino. First pitch, that'll miss. 1 ball and no strikes. Breezy day, that's what makes it feel so good when it's the high 80s here in South Florida. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. We're just after 1 p.m. here in Hialeah Gardens. Started at 5 till 11 this morning. In on the hands, pop up into the glove of Negron. And 1, 2, 3 for the first time today. The Matadors are retired in order here in the top of the seventh. The Matadors, though, lead 11-3 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. The last final 3 outs here for the Lions in game one. For the Lions, it'll be McKee, Wims, and Klein all due up after this short timeout. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Welcome back. We are in the bottom of the 7th with the Lions. 3 runs on the board, but the Matadors have 11. Jackson McKee at the plate. Wims on deck and Klein in the hole. Pop-up as McKee pounds his black bat into the grass by first, as he was really hoping to get a base hit out of this one. He just missed it, so he'll pop up into right field. That'll bring up Dylan Wims, the right fielder. Hit by a pitch, stole a base, and popped up back in the 5th. He's looking for his first hit of the ball game. Pitch delivered inside, that'll miss. Strike delivered. The kick of the pitch, and this one's coming back, going over the backstop. Wims digging in. Quick pitch. And upstairs, he gets underneath it. Ground ball, not being able to hand by Rubino. So that'll put Wims at first base. So Wims grounded to Rubino, who wasn't able to handle the ball. Couldn't get a good grip on it to make the throw over to first in time. So Wims is aboard. That'll bring up Stephen Klein, only 1 away here for the Lions. Boy, they've got a mountain to climb right now as they are down by 8 runs. Down to their last 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Klein takes the next pitch. It's strike right at the letters, 1-1. Next pitch, check swing, goes after it. It was outside, but no, the umpire on the base pass, he helps out the home plate umpire and says it didn't swing, so Klein is safe at the plate for now. There goes the runner. Not a good jump. No throw down to second base as Wims is there safely to second. I'd like to shout out to our shortstop here for the Palm Beach Gardens Matadors, Thomas Cooper. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Thomas. This ball is going out of play. Klein taking a hacks. He doesn't want to go down yet. He's looking for his first hit of the ball game here. 0 for 2, lined out and flied out. Next pitch, line drive into left center. That'll advance the runner Wims to third base, and he's given the signal to go on home, and he does as the throw comes in. It'll go to the cutoff man, won't be in time. Wims scores. So Stephen Klein with his first hit of the ball game drives in Wims, and the Lions at another run. Now they have 4 runs on the board. Only down by 7. First pitch missing. We're back up to the top of the order. Eli Negron. Negron is 1 for 2 today. Flied out, walked. Picked up an infield base hit and scored a run in the 6th. One of the 2 that Wilson drove in. Those 2 runs were key in the 6th because it extended the ball game. 10-run rule was in effect, strike delivered. And if the Lions did not score in the 6th, the game would have been over. But instead, they scored 2 runs, and they lived to play 1 more inning here. Swing and a miss. That will retire Negron. That is the 2nd strikeout for the Lions hitters, and there's only 2 strikeouts in the whole ball game. That's strikeout number 2. Out number 2 also for the Lions. Second baseman, Wayne Coleman at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, drove in a run today. Pitch delivered, and that'll go out of play. 1 on, 2 outs. From the stretch, the kick. Here comes the pitch, and that'll go out of play left side. Check swing, half swing by Coleman. Just wanted to foul that pitch off. It didn't like it. Klein taking a big lead, a secondary lead at first, and Coleman will once again foul off another pitch. Line drive, that'll drop into right center. Round in third base is Klein. He'll head to third base and hold up right there. So now runners at the corners at first and third for the Lions here in the bottom of the seventh. And that'll bring up Ryan Valdez, the number 3 hitter in the lineup for the Lions. So a second base hit to right off the bat of Coleman here today. Runners at the corners for the Lions. Hard hit, taken on the hop. Down to one knee is Rubino. Throw to first. It'll be in time, and that'll end the ball game here for the Matadors and the Lions. We've played one. We've got 2 to play here today. We're just streaming game 1. We're so glad that you joined us here today. We knew there was some little difficulties. We had the stream going. Hopefully it came in clear enough for you to see. Little Wi-Fi issues that we will have sometimes at these ballparks, and also losing some of our power, but we've got our power back on and the audio that you can hear. So we are glad that you stuck with us, just like you stuck with the Lions. I know this is the Lions home broadcast here today. As the Lions do fall, they've lost now 8 in a row. And the Matadors continue on their win streak. They won big their doubleheader the other day on Saturday, and they're continuing to do that here today as they jumped out on top very quickly to score 2 in the first, 4 more in the sixth, added 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth. Only 2 innings that the Matadors did not score any runs, and the only inning that they went down in order, 1, 2, 3, was the 7th inning. So the Matadors, big bats going. They had the help of some walks too, especially in the first inning, and that allowed some walks and Matadors to get on base. Cooper Thomas, he was walked right away, and some pass balls allowed him to quickly get around the base pass. Sanchez walked, stole some bases. Stensrud walked, stole a couple more bases, and that's how those 2 runs crossed the plate in the first on no hits. But then in the fourth, 4 hits, 4 runs, couple of errors. That scored the 4 runs for the Matadors, and it just kept on going. The Matadors tacked on 5 more. So 11 runs for the Matadors, 4 for the Lions here today. We're going to take a quick time out. I'll give you some more totals as we return. You're listening to the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League. Welcome back. We're headed to game 2 soon. We will not have that video stream for you for game 2, but we're looking at the totals here in game 1. We don't want to leave you without those. 14 hits for the Matadors here today, 11 runs, 1 error, 9 hits, 4 runs for Hialeah Gardens. So for the Matadors, 14 hits, 11 runs, 9 hits, 4 runs for the Lions. 11-4 win for the Matadors. They continue on their winning ways and continue to climb up the ladder, as now the Matadors are 6-5 in the North Division, and the Lions fall to 0-8 right now. They're in the basement of the North Division, looking for that first win in the North Division. 1 error for the Matadors here today, and really what hurt the Lions was 6 errors. 6 errors. So they fall by 7 runs, 11-4 here today. It is so sunny, looking at my scorebook, and also here the box score for the Matadors. I'm trying to be able to, gosh, it's so sunny here today. But we've got Cooper was 1 for 3 on his birthday, scored 2 runs. 2 hits for Hyatt. He was 2 for 4. Perfect day for Payne at the plate. 4 for 4, scored 2, drove in 1. Briner was perfect at the plate for 3 for 3, drove in 2, scored 1. And a couple more hits by Vertucci, Chun, and Rubino here today. So Hogue, Colon, and Vertucci were the pitching staff. Hogue started for the Matadors. He picks up the win. 4 innings of work, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 4, and as I said, no strikeouts, which was very surprising. Colon picked up a strikeout, and Vertucci picked up a strikeout, all late in the 6th and 7th innings, and those were the only strikeouts of the ball game. On the Lions side, 2 hits for Coleman today. He was 2 for 3, drove in a run. And he was the big bat of the day for the Lions. So once again, the Lions fall here at home, 4-11 to the Matadors. 9 hits, 4 runs for the Lions. 14 hits, 11 runs for the Matadors. Matadors had 1 error, but it was the 6 errors for the Lions that really hurt them here today in game 1. Game 2 coming up shortly. Once again, we will not have the stream for Game 2, so keep following it on the scoreboard, Game Live scoreboard on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League website. That's sfcbl.com. Thank you so much for joining me here for Game 1. Lisa Pride alongside Jacob Kelly. He helped so much here on the broadcast, engineering us, making sure we were on the air as the Matadors win 11-4 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Have a great day, everyone, and don't forget, let me give you the rest of the week when you know to tune into our live streams. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Coconut Creek, the X team, playing the West Palm Beach Iguanas from Kaiser University in West Palm Beach, Florida. That's a 10 a.m. first pitch here on the East Coast. Then on Wednesday, a 6 p.m. first pitch start. The West Boca Snappers will be at the Palm Beach Extreme. So we'll be at Spanish River High School, and that's the West Boca Snappers at the Palm Beach Extreme. Then on Friday, we're taking Thursday off with the streams, but we'll be back again. 6 p.m. first pitch. The Daytona Beach Lightning will be at the Palm Beach Gardens. Matadors will be back up in Palm Beach Gardens, and the Matadors will be back on the broadcast on Friday, facing the Lightning from home up at Lilac Park in Palm Beach Gardens. But thank you so much for joining us here on the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League stream. 11-4, the Matadors win